What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Jump. And guys, I was in one of the favorite groups that I love to frequent, Say No to Single Mothers Black Men's Edition. And just 2 hours ago, there was a brother that made this particular post. And I'll put the link to Say No to Single Mothers Black Men's Edition at the first comment. And the post says this: "Theme music! I will never forget the time I visited a church years ago, and the pastor told all the single mothers with children to stand up. Then he told all of the single men to stand up. Church music! Men, these children need fathers. All of these women in the congregation and are available to choose from. Theme music!" At that moment, I realized I was done participating in the shenanigans of the feminist black church. I want to give him a round of applause for this particular statement. And I want to talk about this because I did a video why the black church doesn't cater to black men, which is what I felt to be fairly accurate. But if you really want to know why black men are not wanting to go to church, it's because of this. Okay? At least in the early 80s, in the 90s, when you had more African Americans going to church, it was known that the black church had some of the best looking women. All right, even you've had brothers change faith to marry somebody. It happens all the time for Jehovah's Witnesses. So brothers, indirectly were going to church to get matched with available women. And at the time, the church was looking down on the things that people just let go by today. The LGBT thing was, if you were LGBT, you better not say anything about it. If you were a woman that was dealing with guys who were in drugs and gangs, it was looked down upon. If you're a woman that were getting pregnant and was not married, it was looked down upon. But now preachers, which have catered their messages towards black men, I talked about that in my last video, that a lot of men don't come out and support what is true. Not what is true, but come out and support things that are catered for them. But it still doesn't denounce or doesn't remove the responsibility of the pastor to teach what the word of God says about adultery, about premarital sex. See, regardless of if his members are going to cater it or not, and I understand churches need money, he needs a salary. It's the pastor's job to come across to tell the congregation what thus saith the Lord. And the pastor doesn't want to do that, because he knows the women in the congregation are only there to shout, hear the hoop and holler, get their praise dance on, and they're not looking to really change. But what they're really looking to do, they're looking to mess their lives up by, and I'm talking about as far as, not having all of the available men to them, okay? And what they're looking for the black church to do is to rescue them and get somebody to provide for them. And so in this case, you have a pastor who is telling all the men in the congregation to stand up if you're single. All the single women in the congregation to stand up. Now, he hasn't asked these single men, excuse me, brothers, are y'all single and do you have children of your own? And this is the thing that a lot of black churches don't look for the men and ask them this, and even the ones that are going, right? I can see the ones who don't want to go, but the men that are going, hey brother, what are your dreams? If you're a black male and you're a Christian, I'm talking to the brothers. I know some of y'all not Christian. I'm not talking to you. But if you're a Christian single man, what are your dreams and aspirations? We don't ask the black men in the church this. Okay? Because the black men who are going to church, those are the ones who can actually do a lot of building of the things in that community. But see, they don't feel that those black men are worth dreams. You know, a lot of black men in the church don't even have no kids. But because you're in this church, all you need to do, forget about what you need to do. You need to take care of these single women and their kids. Because they need somebody to be married to. It's not about what you need. It's about what they need. These children need fathers. Well, go to their daddy, Rev. Where their daddy at? Listen, man, I'm gonna tell everybody this, and I want to say from the bottom of my heart, black men don't owe you shit. I don't care if you get mad about it. Go to their daddy. Because one of the things we're going to do in this generation is tell all black men, you better not be out here taking care of other folks' kids. You know? If you're dealing with a woman that got a kid, it maybe that kid is that kid's in college or something like that. Okay, cool. But as far as somebody trying to force you to do that, why should you do that? And I'm a person with a nice heart. You know, I want to help our people and help our community. But as far as me giving up my life and what I gotta do, and you gonna force me that because she made a bad decision, she needs kids, why are you not telling her daddy to stand up? And you want to force these black men to do something that they have no responsibility for. And see, people in the black community always want to make decisions that become a burden on certain folk. And I gotta talk about that. You know, in our community, and I was talking about this in the Pan-African space in my other channel. You know, people, go to Africa unprepared, or people who are in Africa, just from there. And one of the things I noticed is that you have people who are burdened on the rest of the folks. Not because they're incapable of doing things, but they're just, dumb. Don't want to work. This isn't the black community. This isn't the African American community. And I know it's in other races, but I have a black show. So I want to say this. Stop being a burden on the group. Stop making problems where the rest of folk gotta bail you out. And see, one of the problems that are a burden on the group in the black community, y'all don't want to talk about it. It's ladies that have children that cannot be provided for. And it's those fathers' responsibility too, don't get me wrong. But since they're the ones that bring the child to term, and if that child is not able to be provided for, if there are extra problems, if she can handle it, fine. There are many cases we saw there are not. Stop being a burden to other people. The government has to be burdened. People got to pay taxes because of that. And that's for black men and black women who don't take care of their kids. Stop being a burden on the rest of us. I haven't even been in the States for 15 months. I'm paying $30,000 and $40,000 in taxes based off of some of that money goes to y'all because y'all can take care of your stuff. Why do I have to suffer because of you? And a lot of Americans feel like that. A lot of men and women feel like that. And it's not even just men who are affected. Black women that don't have no kids. Why do they gotta suffer? is out for the foolishness. So these churches out here, until they're gonna come out here and tell and preach the message, you know, y'all don't want me to have no church. I'll get fired the first week because I don't give a damn. I'll say what I want to say. And I'll tell the lady, close your legs. And you marry this man, before you have any baby by that man better marry you. And you better be a good wife. And so on and so forth. Don't go out there and then have a baby, and then all of a sudden now, you want somebody to marry you. You asking us to do something that you didn't ask your baby daddy to do. Why wasn't the preacher preaching against premarital sex? Oh, he don't want to talk about that, huh? Well, anyways, guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe. Check out the first company top. Check out the Patreon, guys. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.